This naturalrefrigerants.com article is being read by an automated voice. IRN Instant 2026. CO2. Refrigeration supports cruise industry's sustainability efforts, says Bitzer. By J.O. Haraldson. Published July 13, 2026. As a non-toxic, non-flammable refrigerant with a GWP of 1, CO2 is the preferred choice for refrigeration on passenger ships because it supports the cruise industry's sustainability efforts, according to Manuel Reichel, product manager of reciprocating compressors at Bitzer. The International Maritime Organization, IMO, does not directly regulate refrigerants. However, it does require ships to calculate their attained energy efficiency index and annual carbon intensity based on greenhouse gas emissions. Reichel outlined maritime CO2 refrigeration, along with Bitzer's compressor and gas cooler adaptations, in a presentation at the IRN, Industrial Refrigeration Network, 2026 conference. The event, hosted by Bitzer, was held June 10th to 11th at the company's training center in Rottenburg am Neckar, Germany. We have adapted our 4- and 6-cylinder transcritical and subcritical CO2 compressors for marine applications, with DNV, BV, and LR type approvals available, Reichel said. Recently, we made our 8-cylinder compressors available in a marine version, optimized for water management, with a 690-volt, 60 Hz motor. The conference highlighted developments in natural refrigerant technologies for industrial refrigeration and heat pumps, with presentations covering CO2, ammonia, and hydrocarbon systems. Speakers included representatives from Compact Keltatechnik, Evapco Europe, Johnson Controls, Vaterus, Star Refrigeration, and Fenergy. Around 110 people from 19 countries attended the event. Harsh conditions, refrigeration systems in the maritime sector must accommodate the ocean's pitch and roll, secondary water cooling systems operating with varying seawater temperatures, and tight machinery spaces. Along with updating the electric motor for its CO2 compressors for marine applications, Bitzer also optimized the oil management, verifying the compressor's ability to maintain operations at inclination angles up to 22.5 degrees as outlined by classification requirements. Bitzer's GT shell and tube gas cooler can withstand temperature differences of 70 to 90 Kelvin, 70 to 90 degrees Celsius / 126 to 162 degrees Fahrenheit, between the CO2 refrigerant and the cooling water, without risking thermal fatigue or damaging thermal stress on the material, Reichel said. The unit supports capacities up to 1.2 megawatts, 341 tons of refrigeration, per heat exchanger, with the CO2 side rated at 130 bars, 1,885 pounds per square inch, at 150 degrees Celsius, 302 degrees Fahrenheit. Additional machinery considerations include leak detection and ventilation systems for refrigeration equipment installed at the bottom of ships, modular designs to accommodate retrofit projects, and long lead times for new builds, with refrigeration systems installed 2 to 3 years before commissioning. The market. Globally, there are 320 cruise ships in operation, with 74 in various stages of production over the next 10 years, according to Reichel. The design of CO2 systems for marine vessels largely mirrors that of land-based installations, with maritime regulations requiring indirect cooling through a secondary glycol loop. Large cruise ships with up to 7,000 passengers require up to 2 megawatts, 569 tons of refrigeration, of medium temperature, MT cooling capacity, at a minus 15 degrees Celsius, 5 degrees Fahrenheit, evaporation temperature, and up to 0.4 megawatts, 114 tons of refrigeration, of low temperature, LT capacity, at minus 38 degrees Celsius, minus 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Cruise ships represent only a fraction of the industry requiring refrigeration, with other sectors including ferries, river vessels, and tankers. A few examples. Reichel highlighted several marine CO2 refrigeration applications, including pilot projects and system designs that demonstrate the technology's sustainability potential. A new roll-on/roll-off passenger ferry operating between Poland and Scandinavia features the world's first DNV-certified CO2 chiller, according to Bitzer. Manufactured by IRN and Sinop, the HVAC unit delivers 510 kilowatts, 145 tons of refrigeration, of cooling capacity at 15 degrees Celsius, 59 degrees Fahrenheit, cooling water, and 410 kilowatts, 116.6 tons of refrigeration, at 38 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Fahrenheit, using 3 6-cylinder and 2 4-cylinder Bitzer compressors, along with the company's water-cooled GK gas cooler. A new 4,500 passenger cruise ship features a CO2 refrigeration system produced by Johnson Controls, providing 455 kilowatts, 129.3 tons of refrigeration, of MT capacity, and 155 kilowatts, 44.1 tons of refrigeration, of LT capacity. The CO2 system also supports the ship's HVAC system by supplying 70 to 90 degrees Celsius, 158 to 194 degrees Fahrenheit, hot water from recovered waste heat to drive an absorption chiller. Beyond new builds, Rakel noted that recovered waste heat from CO2 refrigeration systems could improve onboard energy efficiency by covering heating loads, particularly when ships are in port. Quotable: "Good things are coming back," Rakel said, noting that CO2 refrigeration was used in ocean vessels in the 1880s. The industry needs a safe and future-proof solution to secure and protect the long asset life cycles of ships. CO2 systems that combine natural refrigerants and the things required in the IMO classes offer that solution.